We're back and we're going to work with pork. Pork is one of the main cooking ingredients for Chinese cuisine. They have virtually thousands of recipes involving pork. The pork that is most used in these recipes is pork butt. It's called, I guess, pork shoulder if it has the skin, pork butt. And the reason why they use it is you can see how well marbled the meat is. See, so that when you work with this cut of beef, of pork, you end up with a very succulent roast. I'm going to start by cleaning it off. First we wash it. Okay, now we're going to make the marinade. Now there is an extra little fat there, which I'm going to take off. As you can see, this is well marbled, and a lot of it will cook out. But that's going to be the basis for your succulent pork roast. Okay, so now we're going to make the marinade. The flavor for Chinese cooking is the marinade. So it's really important that you get a good marinade going. This is Lee Kung Kee, and it's the hoisin sauce. It's probably the sauce you hear the most about, along with soy sauce. Now, this sounds like an awful lot of salt, but somehow when it's finished, it's not bad. So let's start with 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay, 1 tablespoon of salt. 3 tablespoons of sugar. Chinese cooking uses a lot of sugar. 1, 2, 3. 3 tablespoons of sugar. 3 tablespoons of hoisin. Okay, let's see. Now, they do add red food coloring, 1/4 teaspoon of red food coloring. That's what gives the roast that red color when you buy it in the grocery store. But I don't add it. I don't miss it. It's only adding a color, and I don't like the idea of red food coloring, so I don't use it. You can. Okay, now you got your meat already. So what we're going to do is make sure there are enough nooks and crannies to put all of this sauce into, because we want it to be well seasoned throughout. Okay, now this will look like it's going to fall apart, but we'll put in sauce all around it. So here we go. So you rub it well. Into the meat. If you don't have notches, we actually cut notches in if there aren't enough. Just strips. Just let this go. Sometimes after you get it through, you feel like you didn't put on enough sauce. And in that case, I just make more and rub it on. I mean, the secret of the Chinese cooking is savory sauces and plenty of time to get that meat marinating. Now I'm going to go through here, try and get all the rest of that. Now at this point, if you had time and you do it, follow their instructions. Now people say do it at night before, and that's great. And I have done it the night before. And the flavor is wonderful. Otherwise, for those of you who don't have time to do that all ahead of time, 2 hours, 3 hours will give you enough time to let it marinate. It's not as rich. The longer you marinate, you're ensuring that the flavor gets through the meat. So that's our first part. Now we're gonna let this marinate. Otherwise, you can put it in the refrigerator, put a plastic wrap over it, and let it sit overnight, and take it out and cook it the next day. So that's the first step in Chinese roast pork.